As 2026 kicks off, I'm seeing one thing everywhere I look. Americans are getting squeezed by the rising cost of, well, everything: groceries, rent, doctors, the works. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer isn't mincing words. He says the number one issue right now isn't happening in some far-off country or fancy ballroom. It's playing out in your kitchen, your doctor's office, your bank account. Schumer's calling out Donald Trump and the GOP, accusing them of ignoring the struggles families face every single day. According to him, Republicans are busy with foreign wars, living it up on private jets and staging big political shows, while Americans are left wondering how they'll pay next month's bills. Democrats, on the other hand? Schumer says they're on the front foot, making affordability their mission this year. Not just some talking point to drop after the headlines fade. He's zeroing in on healthcare as the sharpest edge of this crisis. Start of this year, millions of Americans saw their insurance premiums jump, or worse, lost coverage completely. Why? Schumer points the finger at Republicans who let critical Affordable Care Act premium tax credits expire. And the impact is real. Parents scrambling to afford medicine, patients suddenly cut off from their doctors, more folks uninsured, especially in red states. Every single Senate Democrat, Schumer says, voted to keep these tax credits going. Every single Republican leader. They sided with the right wing, ignoring overwhelming public support for keeping healthcare affordable. But healthcare is just the beginning. Schumer's promising action on housing, groceries, childcare, energy bills. He wants to end Trump-era tariffs, and he's teaming up with leaders like Elizabeth Warren to tackle the housing crisis head-on. The contrast between the two parties couldn't be sharper. Democrats are talking affordability, accountability, and real solutions for working people. Schumer says Republicans are chasing headlines and luxury, missing what actually matters. Here's the takeaway. As this year unfolds, the battle over the cost of living is only going to get louder. Schumer's betting that Americans aren't interested in political drama or glossy distractions. They want someone laser-focused on helping them pay the bills. Healthcare, housing, groceries, childcare, energy. For Democrats, Schumer says, every day in 2026 is about making life more affordable and demanding accountability for anyone who stands in the way. If you want to stay updated on the decisions that hit your wallet, hit that subscribe button. I'll keep breaking down what's real, what's just talk, and what it all means for you.
Now on the costs of living. If Donald Trump refuses to focus on the one thing Americans want most, which is to lower the cost of living, Democrats are happy to do it for him. As we begin 2026, Democrats enter the new year on our front foot. The cost of living will remain the number one focus for this week, this month, this year, and beyond. The tip of the spear for so many people when it comes to costs, of course, is health care. It is now January 5th, 2026. For tens of millions of people, the reality of sky-high premiums has now been locked in, thanks to Republicans who let the ACA premium tax credits expire last year. Millions more no longer have health care at all. Many others have switched to lower quality plans and can no longer see the doctors they've gone to for years and years and years, or afford the medicines that their children have been taking to cure deadly diseases. Parents without insurance now don't know what to do if their kids get sick. Every Democrat in the Senate voted to extend the premium tax credits at the end of last year. And a number of Republicans, a small number, unfortunately, of Republicans in both chambers say they want to do it. But instead of listening to the vast majority of Americans who want these tax credits rendered, Leader Thune and Speaker Johnson have sided with right-wing extremists who are happy to see these credits die. The result? Higher premiums, more uninsured Americans, greater uncertainty for the people back home, especially people, actually, in the red states. Democrats will not relent on the issue of the cost of living, how difficult it is for Americans to pay the bills of things they need. The topic is not going to go away anytime soon, and in fact will only grow in intensity over the year. But as everyone knows, health care is not the only part of the story when it comes to lowering the cost of living. In the coming weeks and months, Democrats will lay out cleanly and comprehensively how we can lower costs for the American people on a number of different topics, from health to housing to groceries to childcare to energy costs and beyond. In the coming weeks, for example, I'll work with a number of my colleagues, including Senator Warren, on the many options we have to help Americans pay for housing. We also need to look at lowering grocery costs. We need to end Donald Trump's destructive tariffs. We need to help families afford daycare. These are the things that Americans care about, not invading Venezuela, not attacking Colombia or dreaming of invading Greenland. The Democrats are focused on the things that matter to the American people and will focus on these like a laser: the high cost of living, affordability. Just like Democrats are dialed in on health care and brought the nation's attention to this important issue, we're also focusing on costs as they relate to housing and groceries and energy and child care and so much more. We'll show the contrast that while Donald Trump and Republicans are spending all their time on foreign wars, on ballrooms, on private jets, Democrats are the ones focused on helping people pay the bills for the things they need every day to live their lives decently. I yield the floor. Note the absence of a quorum.
Clerk will call the roll.